Hello, everybody. Yeah, I know this is not how you are used to seeing me, but I have a hope-filled perspective for you this Friday. I could come to you and I could tell you that part of the reason I'm doing this is because I needed these foils on my head to help increase the cell coverage in my house, or I could tell you that I needed to come to you with these foils on my head, to help increase the chances that you could see me. But actually, I have a very serious word for you today. I have a hope-filled perspective for you, and that is never to compare your backstage to others on stage. The Lord has really been working in my heart recently about comparison and how sometimes we compare where we are to where others are. Do you ever look at people who are maybe pretty or beautiful and you wish you were them? Or do you ever look at where people are in life and wish you could be doing what they're doing? I had that happen recently. Recently, I attended 2 back-to-back conferences. And at one of the conferences, I was just an attendee. I've attended this conference for several years now, learning about what it takes to be a digital evangelist. And every year I attend, I love this conference, and I love the women who put it on, and I love their heart for God. But can I tell you, every year I attend, part of me just secretly wishes that I could be one of the speakers up there sharing my heart as well. I see what they do, and they're all beautiful women inside and out. And I wish that I could be up there with them. And as I was sitting there this year as a participant, soaking in and learning, I realized that, it was a year ago that I was at this conference. And I have no idea how much work they have put in behind the scenes in the intervening year, putting together this conference for us. All I wanted was to be there with them, sharing the good news and being on the stage with them. But in the other conference, I was one of the speakers. And I have had people say to me that they wish that they could be me. Well, at this conference where I was the speaker, I kind of laughed to myself because I thought, I bet they don't wish that they were me now. I was speaking to a room of several hundred people, and it was an honor to be there. But things leading up to me speaking didn't go smoothly. Leading up to this opportunity, which was a big opportunity, it took me 12 years to go to school to become a doctor. And then it took 25 years of clinical experience to gain the experience to be thought of as a credible expert. But even just in the time intervening, leading up to me being a presenter, it took hours, about 50 hours, to prepare the talk and prepare the slides. And then on the day of the presentation, the hotel didn't have any hot water, so I took an ice cold shower. And then all my slides that I carefully prepared didn't make it up on the screen. And then I get to the room where I'm supposed to present, and I'm not kidding you, the podium was literally the height of my eye level. And so my audience, if I had stood behind that podium, wouldn't have been able to see me, and I wouldn't have been able to see them, and I had a stationary mic, so I had to figure out how I was going to deal with the situation. And so there were some challenges that I had to overcome to be the speaker at that conference. And sometimes I think that we find ourselves thinking that we want to be other people and we want to be in their position. But if we knew the pain and the steps that they had to take to get to where they are, maybe we wouldn't want what they have. And you know, the Lord constantly reminds me that comparison is the thief of joy. And when we compare ourselves to other people, it robs us of the joy of where God has us now. And I want to encourage you that God has each of us where we are now for such a time as this. And your current backstage is preparing you for your ultimate onstage of where God is leading you. You know, if you think to the story in the Bible of Joseph, Joseph's time in prison was his backstage for his time being prime minister. And so we all have a backstage that's preparing us for our onstage. And the reason why I was willing to be vulnerable and come to you like this is because so often I think we can look at people in all their beauty, but we don't think about the time that it takes to prepare and to get to that beautiful stage. We don't think about their backstage that came before their onstage. So my hope-filled perspective to you today is not to despise small beginnings, to appreciate that God has you where you are right now for such a time as this, and to appreciate your backstage now because it's preparing you for your ultimate onstage destiny of where God is leading you. I think my time in these is up, and I'm going to go prepare for my onstage presentation. I hope that you have a blessed day.